Hi, thank you for joining us. I'm Bayrenbruch from Rock Automation, and we are excited to have you join us today because it is that time of year. And I know you all know what we're talking about. It is Automation Fair season. So we are excited to have all of you join us down in Houston, Texas, November 10th and 11th, to talk and celebrate Automation Fair. Um, Not only will Rockwell be there, we will have some of our very special partners join us. And that's who we have on this live speak today. We have Vivek Mano from HMS Networks. We have Simon Chasser from Clarity. We have Chris Hardwire from MapleSoft, Jordan Grudadaria from Ito Denki, and Asan Javed from NTE. So, Vivek, I'm going to start with you because not only are we excited to connect with people at Automation Fair this year, but that term connection and connectivity is also very important on the plant floor, not just the show floor. All right, so Vivek, speaking of connection and connectivity with all of our customers at Automation Fair, that term connectivity is also super important on the plant floor for our customers. So can you please tell us a little bit about what HMS is going to be showing at Automation Fair and how that's important for our customers?
Absolutely. Thanks, Anne, for asking.
Yeah.
There's two key areas HMS is focusing on this year down in Houston. Over the past 18 months, we've had two key pieces of learning. The first one being that customers are looking for remote support that doesn't leave them vulnerable. A lot of people aren't able to travel, to go on site, and so we need to find a way to help them support their customers and their own staff. We've all heard of a misplaced password or shared login that was initially created and intended to make remote support easy, but instead it's caused some relatively serious cybersecurity breaches in the past. So, people are starting to realize that just because you leave your door unlocked, because it's more convenient, it doesn't make it more secure. So we're working closer with OEMs and end users to educate them on cybersecurity improvements to meet their growing concerns. And so our goal is to help them find the right balance of availability with confidentiality. So that's one key learning we've had. The second one being that for years and years, customers have been told that their data is gold. And so they've been trying to mine as much of it as possible from their own devices and machines, but the bill is starting to add up on their side. And so they're starting to become a bit more prudent with their costs because cloud computing does add up. And so HMS will be talking a lot about that at Automation Fair this year and helping customers move away from monolithic software packages in the cloud to leveraging some of the newer microservices that are available. So customers can really get the best of both worlds with the fraction of the cost and resources that were needed before.
Great. Thank you for sharing, Vivek. Security is definitely something top of mind for a lot of people. And I think there's some very specific steps we can take to get started. So speaking of security, I have Simon with us from Clarity. Simon, have you been to Automation Fair before? Talk to us about what you're excited about for the event and what you're hoping to help our customers do there.
Yeah, thanks, Anne. I'm super excited to be going to Automation Fair this year. I think, the first face-to-face for a while is going to be really great. And what it means for me and Clarity in terms of value is really an opportunity to hear the transformation stories of the connected enterprise and how our partnership with Rockwell really supports business resiliency, the agility to threat response, sustainability goals with efficient operations. I think not to mention, just meeting great people and especially listening to Blake Moret, Chris Nardakia, Frank Koloshevitz on Rockwell's services evolution and ultimately the business partner capabilities. And I think that, what I'm seeing is a technology trend in the market and what is Clarity doing to sort of really respond to those, which you can come and see us at the booth, is I'm seeing a real shift to greater asset visibility, especially in the critical infrastructure environments, cloud adoption and the need for secure remote industrial workers in the supply chains. Really, Clarity is addressing this through our sort of newly released Edge technology, which is the world's first zero infrastructure OT asset and security tool with on-cloud or on-premise analytics, as well as continuing our development of industry's only dedicated OT access management solution. Secure remote access to allow zero trust remote connections by operators and third parties in the industrial environments. I just can't wait and look forward to the Rockwell Automation Fair and hopefully welcoming everyone along to the booth. Clarity is the industrial cybersecurity leader, and you can come and see why at the booth at the Automation Fair. So looking forward to it. Thank you, Anne.
Yeah, no, Simon, I think a lot of us are excited to connect again and just have some in-person discussions and really discover how the industry has changed in our technologies you were highlighting. Thank you so much, Simon. As I mentioned before, security is super interesting. It's top of mind for a lot of people, and we're still learning how to tackle it every day, which is what makes it so exciting. Another topic I think that we're still learning so much about is this concept of digital twin. And I think it's something that continues to evolve, and we're learning a little bit more about it every day. So I have Chris here from MapleSoft. Chris, tell me about the last 18 months. What has that looked like for you? And what does that mean for MapleSoft?
Thanks, Anne. Over the last 18 months, what I've seen anyways, companies are dealing with a lot of unknowns, from supply chain issues to forecasting customer demand, remote operations for their employees, and working with hybrid models. And at the same time, they're asking, how do we continue to improve despite all of this? How do we become more efficient? And they're really requiring from their suppliers, reliability, trust, and responsiveness, the ability to move fast and make it easy, and then offer solutions. At MapleSoft, we offer virtual commissioning on a virtual prototype, and a lot of people call that digital twins. And the impact we're having with a lot of OEMs today is we're helping them lower their cycle times to increase production output. And my role with this is to help our customers succeed in developing a faster, more innovative, lower cost machine using software, to help them build that virtual model for the first time that performs just like a real machine would, and to help them through the journey, get those results achieved. And the trends that I'm seeing more commonly in the market is the digitization of workflows and process and assets in particular. Mainly the simulations. Manufacturers are realizing that it's key for a successful digital transformation. Moving from 3D CAD to design review to ordering parts often isn't enough when there's long lead times. Having a digital twin in the mix is key. Understanding, predicting behavior of your design, various situations and conditions, is showing real results where you don't have to have the prototype next to you to get answers from your design or your machine. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I mean, Chris, the term digital and digitization, right? That's everywhere. And I think that's so key for manufacturers in this space where we're trying to modernize how we do business and how our production works. And I think that's going to be a key piece of that moving forward. So thank you for that. Jordan, thanks for joining us from Ito Denki. Another thing, right, that we're talking about here over the last 18 months, we've had to have some new approaches to how we support safety for teams in production. So, do you want to talk to us a little bit about what Ito Denki is doing there?
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for having me. I'm really, really excited for Automation Fair this year. So what we're doing is we're trying to create safe environments through automation. So through our control cards and integration with Rockwell AOP, we can change the speed and the direction at which our motors are rolling. So that way we can keep boxes at a distance so people can remain distanced at picking stations on a conveyor line. The other thing we've been noticing is people want more visibility down to their lines and some aerodiagnostic information to prevent breakdown situations. So also with the integration with Rockwell, we're able to do that. And we're showing that in two different ways. One is on our main loop, we're showing the cards program to have boxes at a distance to show that social distancing aspect. The other thing we're showing is our panel view, which also shows just the ease of switching the speeds of our motors and switching the direction of our motors to keep those boxes at a distance, but also showing that aerodiagnostics that we can pull from those motors.
Excellent. That's so cool. I'm excited to see technology in action. It helps make it more tangible for me. So I think a lot of folks feel that way, and that's why we have the show this year down in Houston, so we can go experience the technology in person. Last, I'll hand it over to Asan. Jordan was talking about super interesting things with some of these common things I'm hearing. Reliability, especially over the last 18 months, is another topic that I think a lot of people are talking about and trying to learn. Do you want to talk about a little bit about what MTE is excited about for Automation Fair and what you guys are doing in general?
Yeah, thanks, Anne. It's been an unprecedented 18 to 24 months here for everyone, kind of personally and professionally. And I think the one thing that people couldn't have really forecasted is how quickly the business kind of slingshotted back. And as a result, that's putting a lot of strain on supply chains and just assurance of supply in general. Making sure that you have the right product, making sure you have the right spare part if your production line ever goes down. And the MTE harmonic solutions really help eliminate unforecasted downtime by mitigating some of the harmonics that are integral to the system with increased automation through use of variable frequency drives and other kind of nonlinear loads. We make sure that you comply with utility requirements and that you don't violate any of those. And frankly, we're seeing such an increase in production, whether it's within oil and gas, whether it's within HVAC, whether it's in manufacturing, or whether it's within e-commerce. To pull in something that Jordan said, the importance of kind of some of these conveyance systems and e-commerce solutions is really skyrocketing. And any downtime when it comes to warehousing or logistics is becoming a huge problem and can create bottlenecks downstream of the system. So putting in a harmonic filter solution can really help mitigate some of those unforecasted downtimes and make sure that you minimize bottlenecks and get the right product to your customers in a good amount of time. And lastly, I'd just like to say, super excited about Automation Fair. It's going to be great to network with a lot of our industry partners, our collaborators, and nothing like learning from other partners within the Rockwell ecosystem about opportunities and trends.
Absolutely. I could not have said it better myself. So, thank you everyone for joining us. I mean, this is just a sample of what you're going to be learning about supply chain, security, connectivity, digitalization, social distancing, reliability. I think there's so much going on in the world today, and there's so much to understand. And Automation Fair is going to be a great place to sit down, learn a little bit more, and then hopefully take it back with you to your day job. So thank you for joining. If you're interested to attend Automation Fair, please go to automationfair.com and register today. Thanks, everyone.